Okay, hello everybody. This is Lama Caroline, yeah. Today, unusually, I'm streaming from Ganchen in Malaga, Spain, yeah. So today we're doing the course in Albagnano of Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, okay? And actually, since many years, we had so many different courses in Albagnano, some with Rinpoche La, some Rinpoche asked us to do, yeah. So actually, we did several times already the Vajrapani Wang and Jainang with Rinpoche La, and also we did 2 or 3 times in Albagnano the Vajrapani retreat. Okay, plus we also have a book, a very nice book. Yeah, this book, NgalSo book. Yeah, of Great Wheel Vajrapani. Yeah, so since 20 years actually, I'm all the time in Albagnano guiding the retreats. Yeah, but right now, as we all know, there's a little bit difficult situation. It's a little bit complicated with the traveling and this and that, yeah. So this weekend, like unusually, I'm going to do the course by streaming, okay? But anyway, it'll be okay, no? Anyway, so we do like this, okay? So also Albagnano people, you can see how our other friends around the world, our other sanghas, how they see, when we do the courses, because they see everything through the streaming. So you see also how everybody else sees us, okay? Okay, so anyway, I started a few minutes early to make sure everything was okay with the cameras and everything. So we'll start with some preliminary prayers and then some explanation, and then we'll do together the Jainang, the permission to practice Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, yeah? But first, some preliminary prayers, okay? So the main important thing we need to do, like today and actually every day, is connect with Rinpoche La, with our Ganshin Rinpoche, yeah? Who's the founder of our NgalSo lineage, yeah? Then if we receive his blessings, then every other kind of meditation or every other kind of practice is going very easily, very well. So that's the main thing that we need to remember today, okay? Okay, so first, some prayers, yeah? So first what we're going to do is what Rinpoche always said we should do, some Guru Yoga, yeah? And we're going to call Rinpoche's blessings, yeah? Then bit by bit we talk about Vajrapani. Here's a picture of Vajrapani, yeah, from our last retreat in Albagnano, yeah? So this picture is made by Ducho, yeah, Rinpoche La. He asked Ducho to paint like this beautiful picture of Vajrapani, which this is a reproduction, a photocopy, but I used this one in the last time we did Vajrapani retreat in Albagnano, okay? Anyway, so I thought I'd put that up with, okay? Okay, so let's do some prayers together and then we start, yeah? Okay, and I'd like to thank all the team of people who are organising the streaming and our translators, Mary Christina and Carolina and everybody else working together to make this possible, yeah? Okay, so despite the difficulties that we're having this year, the NgalSo show must go on, okay? Okay. Namo Guru Pye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Pye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Pye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Triratnaya. Okay, first we're going to do this Guru Yoga, which is called calling the Guru from afar. I think you all know it. The first line is Dagi Jetsun Lama Tujie Chen. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you will have this, okay? If not, just listen and try and connect with Rinpoche, okay? Dagi Jetsun Lama Tujie Chen Yanda Dala Tujie Zisusu Kiepe Shelzan Dagi Tenduso Uyon Songi Nama Seduso Sechi Ne Sowa De Pese De Chen Kolo Usun Leshune Ila Sampeda De Malupa Gelo Lumpa Drupa Jingilo Soni soden ditun shepese dunki nanka yiso le shune lechen soni onsun so peda jeranya pa jampa jingilo janchu bagin yensen dukundu nion peme zetru le shune janchu drope kelken kunshishi duken de la dropa jingilo Dagilo nasola chupada chumi samju nyampa shiwada chudan tupe dudu malupa peme lungi drupa jingilo dona dene saratam cheda jipa diki badu nekyatam chedu resa kyabne lama kele me tuje chengi dala zisuso Gonkya drawe nyanta dala dachala jesu lama tuje ragone kudan sungi namwa dremedu nyansu namwa kelsanto pasho kewa kuntu yanta lama dan dremechuki pela lonchutin sadan lanki yonte razone doje changi gopanyu dusho. Namo Guru Pye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Guru Pye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Guru Pye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Triratnaya Locho Sampo Pelgyuta Shipa Tuchentem Petrin Leanoda Pegedro Lozam Pese Pacem Paldela Mehesha Blaso Wade Oma Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Humo Maguru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Humo Maguru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Hum Pakyake Kuda Dahagilu Pakyake Sundahadagina Pakyake Tuda Dahagi Danyamechi Tujingialo Makyake Kuda Dahagilu Makyake Sundahadagina Makyake Tuda Dahagi Danyamechi Tujingialo Lama Ken Trinche Sawe Lama Ken Kyapne Kuntu Lama Ken Trinche Sawe Lama Ken Kyapne Kuntu Lama Ken. So the most important thing, when we're going to do this permission, the NgalSo permission of Vajrapani, is that we tune into Rinpoche-la's blessings. You know? Rinpoche is in the rainbow body, so now even more than before can be very easily with everybody in the world. Yeah. So we imagine that in front of us is Rinpoche, like looking at us very kindly, as always, like with very sweet eyes, smiling. And then from Rinpoche's heart comes a kind of second Rinpoche, like a little hologram one, like this big, and comes to the crown in each and every one of our heads, dissolves through our crown chakra, goes down our central channel, and mixes with our subtle mind in our heart chakra. So our ordinary mind is blessed and empowered and transformed by Rinpoche's holy mind energy. Okay? Oma Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum Oma Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum Oma Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum Om A Guru Vajradhara Samati Muni Shasane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum Om A Guru Vajradhara Samati Muni Shasane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum Om A Guru Vajradhara Samati Muni Shasane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum Om A Guru Vajradhara Samati. Om A Guru. Om A Guru Vajradhara Samati Muni Sasane Kama Uttabhadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasiti Hum. So, the main thing today, and actually every day, is that we think about Rinpoche, that Rinpoche is with us, sending his blessings, okay? Then all the other meditations and everything is super easy, okay? So today we're going to do what's called the J9, the permission to practice Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, okay? So actually this is a practice that our Lama Genshin Rinpoche like very much, yeah? Okay, this is one sadhana that I have actually. This Rinpoche, this sadhana, actually this is not Rinpoche sadhana, but it's Rinpoche gave this sadhana to all of us in 1993 when we first did this practice, yeah? So I have this copy here, yeah? So Rinpoche, all his life, he carried, when he went around in Brazil and everywhere in Asia, he always carried this sadhana with him, yeah, okay? And he liked very much the practice of Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda. And Rinpoche himself, we have a very special connection with Vajrapani. Why? Actually, in our Tibetan way of thinking, our Vajrayana way of thinking, let's say, he's considered to be an emanation of Buddha Vajrapani. Here, this is a picture of Buddha Vajrapani, so like the face of Buddha Vajrapani, yeah? So Buddha Vajrapani, yeah, is a very, very important Buddha, or we can say Bodhisattva within our Mahayana and Vajrayana tradition, yeah? And especially, Vajrapani is considered to be the member of the Vajra family and a manifestation of Supreme Healer Akshobhya. Yeah? So the special quality of Vajrapani is to develop mental stability. Okay, and Rinpoche himself, since many, many lifetimes, he was recognized as an emanation of Buddha Vajrapani. Yeah? especially in the lifetime when he was Panchen Zampotashi, when he was the founder of our Ganshin Chirpal monastery. Yeah, he was recognized as an incarnation of Buddha Vajrapani. Yeah? So, as we all know, through knowing Rinpoche, he had this very, like, let's say, pacifying energy. So because he was known to be a healing Lama, yeah. Then there came always many, many people from every direction, east and south and north and west, who actually had either physical or mental problems, yeah. And Rinpoche had like many, many special abilities to pacify people, yeah. So Rinpoche had this extraordinary like quality that no matter how people were how disturbed they were, that being around Rinpoche, they would be more calm, more comforted, and so on, yeah. So what we now need to do is receive Rinpoche's blessing and integrate the energy of Vajrapani into ourselves, like, because Rinpoche showed us this practice, yeah. So the Buddha Shakyamuni, he said, yeah, if I could wash away your suffering with water, I would do so. If I could take away your suffering, like pulling a thorn out of your hand, I would do so. But I can't, yeah. What I can do is show you the path, and you have to practice it yourself, yeah. Okay, so that's what our historical Buddha Shakyamuni said, yeah. So our Lama Ganshin, he showed us exactly how to do Vajrapani, how to practice Vajrapani, yeah. And he gave us many, many times the initiation, yeah. Like me, for example, obviously I've received many times from him the initiation, and also, of course, I did the retreat, yeah. And also, he made this actually beautiful book, yeah. Great Will Vajrapani, NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing Practice, a panacea for a peaceful mind, yeah. Now, if you don't have a copy of this, I strongly recommend that you get one, yeah. I know it's translated into Italian, and I'm not sure, probably some other of our Dharma languages. But if you don't have a copy, I would recommend that you get one either from any of our Dharma centers around the world or from the online shop of Albagnano, yeah. Because it's such a beautiful book, yeah. And Rinpoche, he always used to say, everybody that used to come to him saying, oh, I don't know, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I have this, I have that, yeah. He used to say, okay, read this 10 times. And actually, yes, I was looking at it now. Incredible. Of course, I was the one writing it down, but also me. I'm looking now. It's so beautiful. So many incredible things, and also showing next step what we have to do, and so on. Yeah. So Rinpoche always call the Vajrapani practice. He called it. One. Rinpoche literally used to say it's one medicine that cures 100 sickness. Yeah. Then of course we said, oh, that's a panacea. Yeah. But he said, yes, this is one medicine that cures 100 sickness, yeah? And so anyway, so Rinpoche said, very, very important that if we're sad, we're lonely, we're depressed, we're angry, we're nervous, and basically all the things that pass through our minds, no? Then the Vajrapani practice would be very suitable and very beneficial for us, yeah? And not only that, it's also very good for sickness, yeah, okay? So we can see that this is a perfect practice for this year, yeah? Now, yesterday when I was preparing to do this initiation, one of my friends, yeah, Carolina from Chile, she reminded me that actually this was the last initiation that Lama Ganshin gave, publicly on the streaming, yeah, before he passed away into parinirvana, yeah. So also that means he was showing something, that it means we need to be stable. Also, Vajrapani means we need to have a happy mind, yeah, okay, this is, because Vajrapani looks a little wrathful, no? So people maybe sometimes they get slightly wrong idea. This is actually my happy face. This is my ruffle face, yeah? This is me being happy, like a bodhisattva, like a Buddha, full of love, full of compassion, yeah? This is my bad face, yeah? Okay? That's how we have to think, yeah? It's true. Actually, this picture, I don't know if you can see on the camera, yeah? So beautiful, yeah? Can you see, actually here, this picture of Rinpoche, I don't know if you can see, yeah? So Rinpoche told Ducho to paint like this to show that actually it's Rinpoche, no? This is our idea, no? In Vajrayana, that all the Yidams, all the meditational Buddhas, and manifestation of our Guru, yeah? So there's Rinpoche, and this is like Rinpoche manifesting like that. So if we think like this, everything is super comfortable, super easy, we feel very relaxed, and we can meditate together, and receive, actually, even through the streaming, Rinpoche's blessing, and then we can all have the permission to practice this. Yeah. So when we receive what we call an initiation in the West, yeah, a Jainang, it means the permission to start practicing. It's not like, okay, now I got the initiation, that's it. Yeah. And Ms. Rinpoche always said we shouldn't just collect initiations like collecting playing cards or something. Yeah. It means then we start to do the practice. Okay, that's the point of being initiated into a tantric system. Yeah. So anyway, so there's many forms of Vajrapani. Actually, so beautiful. Yeah. There's actually forms of Vajrapani from what's called the Kriya, the action tantra class, from the Charya, from the conduct behavior class, from the Yoga Tantra class, and the highest Yoga Tantra class. And Rinpoche La, over the years, actually taught many of these different forms, yeah. But especially the form of Vajrapani that Rinpoche emphasized a lot for many years was Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, yeah. And also the form called Nilambara Vajrapani, which is the blue Vajrapani, like this, with a Vajra, yeah, like this, yeah. Okay, so mainly those two forms Rinpoche emphasized, and then later on, yeah, like in the last few years, Rinpoche introduced some other forms of Vajrapani, like Buddha-Dhammara, yeah, from the Sakya tradition, and also Rinpoche had like very much one form of Vajrapani called Vajrapani Mahachakra, yeah, which is the highest yoga tantra form of Vajrapani. And actually from that we have the what's called the 5 Vajrapani practice, yeah, which actually is inside of here, yeah. So this little book is a compendium of practices related to Vajrapani, yeah. And when we made this, yeah, what year did we make this? Let's have a look. We made it in 2004, okay? So at the time when we make it, I remember Rinpoche was so happy. He was really happy, content, joyful. He said, I really didn't think it would be possible in the West to make one book like this, but I'm so happy, yeah? Yeah? Because why? Because this was a very central part of Rinpoche's practice, the Vajrapani practice. So it's like one gift that he'd like to give to all of us, yeah? Rinpoche, he said many times, he said, I don't want to take anything to the cemetery. I like to give everything to my friends. So in fact, it's true, he did. He's left all his beautiful practices to us. And now it's our responsibility, if we like, you know, to practice and then become better people, able to care for others, yeah? Okay? Okay, so anyway, before we start, let me explain a little bit about Vajrapani, okay? So where to start? Okay, I'll start with Rinpoche's book, okay? So anyway, there's many beautiful things in this book. I was just looking at. Okay, so anyway, I'll summarize a little bit what the book says, yeah? So basically, at the beginning of the book, yeah, what Rinpoche is saying is that nowadays we're full of mental problems, yeah, okay? Yeah, it says, okay, we may have tried to develop our society in a material way, you know, economically and with industrialization and so on. But it says, actually, increasing number of people are suffering from alienation and vulnerability, yeah? It says, maybe due to rapid changes in modern society, it says our life is now characterized by superficiality and subtle forms of violence. Not only subtle, but also many places not subtle forms of violence, many kinds of violence, yeah? And it's become more difficult for people to find answers to life's fundamental questions. Translators, this is page 7 in the book, okay? It's right at the beginning, okay? So, why am I here? How do I deal with sickness, aging, and death? The fear, unhappiness, loneliness, and psychological discomfort that we experience are repeatedly reflected in aspects of our culture, such as in the excessively violent films to which we are so attractive, yeah? Tibetan Buddhist lamas have always acknowledged that our negative emotions, such as desire, hatred, and fear, have harmful effects on both the conscious and unconscious mind, as well as on our physical health. In fact, Buddhist Lama healers work to bring to light, in a controlled way, the negative projections of our subconscious, so that they can be transformed and healed through the use of positive archetypes. Mental illness, according to the Buddhist viewpoint, is considered to have a variety of causes, including traumatic experience, the inability to deal with emotions, inappropriate diet, and wrong physical behavior, pollution, and unresolved archetypal complexes. So when Rinpoche is talking about mental illness, we shouldn't think, oh, that's not me, I'm fine, yeah? This used to be our joke in Albagnano, me and my friends. We always just say, everybody else is crazy, why are we here, yeah? I mean, according to Buddhism, yeah, if we read our Lam Rim text, we're all crazy, yeah? Everybody who hasn't realized reality, we all have mental illness. And it says clearly in the Lam Rim, yeah? First thing is we have to acknowledge we are sick, yeah? We have a mental problem. B, the Buddha is the supreme doctor with a medicine. And C, the Dharma is the medicine that we need to put into practice, yeah? And only by putting the practice in the Dharma can we become cured from our mental illness, yeah? So don't think, oh, that doesn't apply to me. This is talking about everybody else. I'm fine, yeah? Otherwise, maybe there's no point listening to the rest of the Vajrapani course, okay? Yeah, so we shouldn't think, oh, this is only for crazy people, really does it mean us? Okay. We all have anger, fear, stress. We have many, many kinds of problems that this practice can help. Yeah. Guaranteed or your money back, except it's free, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Really, this practice will help us. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Okay. So please bear this in mind. It's talking to us, not, oh yeah, that one or the other one. Okay. So, in the Tantric Buddhist approach is to personify each negative mental state as an archetype, yeah, and then try to heal it and cure it, yeah. And these archetypal images are considered projections of a particular aspect of a person's subconscious, rather than external beings that possess us. So you have to be very clear about this, yeah, because in the Vajrapani practice, our fear, our jealousy, our anger, our hatred, our selfishness are personified as what's called dun, yeah? Like spirits, yeah? Okay. But this means this is us, okay? These are projections of our own mind. We're not saying there's a devil under the bed or something like this. So we have to take it in this form, okay? Okay, and it says, in fact, these so-called dun have the same qualities that we identify in Western medicine as mental illness, yeah? Yeah, and of that there's many levels, from example, stress, insomnia, feeling flat. We have many levels of mental disturbance, okay, to which we're all prone to them, no? Okay. Then I'm not going to read the whole book. I'm going to just summarizing and reading a few parts of it, yeah? It says, through the Vajrapani, NgalSo self-healing practice, we will become sensitive to and begin to recognize the archetypes that manifest during our dreams and in our daily behavior. In this way, we can learn to liberate ourselves from the negative archetypal patterns that limit our capacity to live meaningful, happy, and healthy lives. Yeah. So this practice, guaranteed, if you do it, you will feel a lot better. Yeah. Now, obviously, this year has been a tremendous challenge to all of us in many, many different ways. Firstly, because of the Rinpoche La passing into the paranirvana and the pandemic. Also, many people have economic challenge because they can't work in the normal way. So we have all kinds of stresses in our life this year. So we've all had to confront this, let's say mental unhappiness, stress, grief, and all these things. So this practice will really, 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 really help us to feel better, okay? Yeah. Okay, then page 8, the levels of the mind. Okay, I'm not going to read it. So here is talking about, we have a gross mind, like our ordinary mind, like now, the one we're using now. And we have many incredible, beautiful teachings in our Dharma, Mahayana tradition, about how to deal with our mind. In fact, all of Buddhism is about how to deal with our mind, isn't it? Yeah. Especially we have one nice teaching called Lorig, Mind and Its Functions, that explain like Buddhist psychology and the different aspects of the mind and perception and the emotions and how to generate the positive side of the mind, okay, from the sutra, from the Mahayana point of view, okay. Then, according to our tantric teachings, it explains the different levels of the subtle and very subtle mind. Yeah? So Lama Ganchen Rinpoche explained this to us again and again and again in great detail. linked with all his sadhanas like Guhisamaja, Yamantaka, Haruka, and so on, Kalachakra. Yeah? So he explained that we have, when in our sadhana, no, we do A, Yam, Ram, Lam, Bam. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lam, Bam, Ram, Yam, like the stupa. Then we do Om, white vision, A, red vision, Hum, black vision, and then O, clear light. Okay. So when Rinpoche showed us like this, Om at the crown chakra, this was the male part of our subconscious mind, of which there's 33 aspects. Yeah, some positive, some negative. When he did like this, Ah, yeah, and Aha, Aho, Shuddhi, Shuddhi, Soha, and so on. This is the female part of our subconscious mind, yeah, of which there's 40 aspects, yeah, some positive, some negative. So obviously we want the negative part to be quiet, yeah, not come out, and we want the positive part to manifest, yeah. And then when he did Hung, yeah, this refers to the 7 aspects of when the red and white drops, or when they unify and the very subtle mind appears, okay? Either during when we go to sleep or in the moment of death, yeah? So there's 7 neutral minds, okay, that manifest at that time. So anyway, we need to put that in a positive state, yeah? And then Rinpoche used to do like okay? Clear light, yeah? The clear light is the fundamental state of human consciousness, yeah? And we say in Vajrayana Buddhism, everything arises from the clear light, and then finally everything returns to the clear light, okay? So we have all these different levels of mind, gross, subtle, and very subtle. This is the very short explanation, okay? And we also have a gross, subtle, and very subtle body, okay? So we need to create harmony and balance on all those different levels in order to be well, to be a whole person, to be healed, yeah? So, let's see here. So, for example, it says here, yeah, page 13, the NgalSo Tantric self-healing practice can help us to gain control over the entire system of subtle energy. In this way, we become aware of and control the experiences of our consciousness, moving through its different states. That means waking, going to sleep, dreaming, waking, going to sleep, dreaming, being alive, dying, yeah, bardo, rebirth, yeah, and so on and so on. We have these cycles of energy, okay? So in this way, we become aware of and control the experience of our consciousness moving through its different states. And this helps us to promote good health, even up to realizing the clear light, yeah, which is awakening our fundamental human consciousness. As a result of this, we can have a positive death experience without fear. We can have control of what happens after death. And also we can experience our pure crystal or enlightened nature. So this is exactly why we do the tantric practice, no? Yeah, not just for benessery, not just to feel well, so that we can get out of these cycles of again and again coming back with suffering, with dissatisfaction, with delusion. But we can purify that whole process of death, bardo, and rebirth, death, bardo, and rebirth, or going to sleep, dreaming, waking up, going to sleep, dreaming, waking up, yeah? Yeah, and we can experience our pure crystal nature, recognize our Buddha nature, manifest that, and then help others to do the same, okay? So this is the ultimate reason why we should do something like Vajrapani practice, yeah? Okay. Okay, so, I'm now going to explain psychosomatic illness from a Tibetan Buddhist perspective. So it's talking about, why we should do this practice, yeah? And then after that, I will give the Jainan, okay, of this practice, of the NgalSo practice of Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, yeah? Okay? Okay, so we'll do like this, okay, today, okay? So up for the next 3.5 hours, we will do like this, yeah? Then tomorrow, yeah, from 10:30 till 1 o'clock European time, yeah. We will explain the practice again. No, actually tomorrow morning we will do the sadhana, yeah, the Vajrapani sadhana, because actually it's very long, yeah. There's long, middle, and short version. And then in the afternoon, the same time tomorrow, we will go into more detail about the Vajrapani practice, okay? So we'll do like that, okay? Okay, so this is in the book, page 13, okay? If anybody has the book, also you can look together with me, okay? Psychosomatic illness from a Tibetan Buddhist perspective, yeah? According to the Buddhist perspective, mental disturbances and illnesses can be caused by negative karma. That means our actions, yeah? We're responsible here, okay? Imbalances of the humors of wind, bile, and phlegm. This is like Tibetan medicine, like Ayurveda, yeah? Or by intoxication or poisoning. So poisoning means you just need to keep going to the supermarket and eating all that food, and finally we'll get poisoned if we eat modern industrial food, okay? Plus, if we keep drinking the water that's available through the city taps and breathing the polluted air, we will gradually become poisoned, yeah, okay? And unresolved archetypes of our subconscious mind. Or, in other words, yeah, mental disturbances arise due to the negative aspects of our own mind, yeah? Due to the intimate connection that exists between the body and the mind, for example, the body affects the mind, yeah, okay? So, for example, if we do something wrong, then also it affects our emotional state. We know, don't we? If we get sick or we eat something wrong or drink something wrong, yeah? So, for example, the body affects the mind due to dietary and environmental factors. And also, our mind affects our body, yeah, through our thoughts and emotions, yeah. So we can use each aspect to generate either health or sickness. So it means if we take care of our body, we're also taking care of our mind. If we take care of our mind, we're also taking care of our body. So we need to take care of both aspects, yeah. So Lama Genshin Rinpoche emphasized very much these two things, you know, with his NgalSo tantric self-healing system, yeah. So we teach all about the Tibetan medicine and how to take care of the diet, the lifestyle, and all this. But especially teach all these self-healing meditations to heal the mind on the gross level, subtle level, and very subtle level, yeah? And he always said that all his practices, we could use whatever way we like. For example, if we're not feeling well, we could use them to feel better, or we could use them as a way of enlightenment, yeah? It's up to us, and also at different times of our life. Maybe we do use in a different way, yeah? Because the Dharma is a flexible tradition and it responds to the different need and necessity of our lives, okay? The tantric medical tradition is holistic, yeah? Yeah? And concerns itself with subtle as well as gross energies. Due to this, many of the diseases considered to have purely physical origins in the West, in modern society, are considered to be psychosomatic in this system. This includes even serious ailments, such as some cancers, some autoimmune diseases, and so on, yeah? Okay. However, please do not misinterpret, yeah, our teachings, yeah? If you are ill, yeah, if you have a serious illness, of course you must seek appropriate medical help, yeah, from whatever medical tradition is suitable for you, yeah. We're not saying that you should only say mantras, okay? Absolutely not. We're saying you should seek appropriate medical treatment and take care of your diet, your lifestyle, your emotions, and do the meditation, okay? Yeah. Over the years, many people have come to Rinpoche, to Albagnano, who have mental disturbances, okay, and are taking some kind of medicine to balance their minds, yeah. And always the people ask, I want to stop taking the medicine. So our reply is, no, please do not stop taking your medication, yeah. Do this practice, yeah, okay. And then together with your therapist, yeah, your doctors and your therapist, then you can look, yeah, okay. This is as well as not to substitute, okay, before we go any further, okay. So please do not misinterpret, yeah? Okay, we can do this, but please follow the guidance of your doctor and your therapist, yeah? And your dietitian and whoever as well, please, okay? Okay, now we've established that, we shall continue, yeah? Okay? Okay, from a tantric medical perspective, we can in fact say that all illnesses have a psychosomatic component. Although we obviously have to remember that external factors such as diet, the environment, pollution, and our behavior also play important roles, yeah? Okay, so we can give an example, yeah? If we're working under a lot of stress, or not working, but anyway, if we have a lot of stress, yeah? Here it says, we're working under a lot of stress, perhaps caused by the anxiety and frustration of meeting an important deadline or fear of our boss. We may become depressed or aggressive, yeah? And as a consequence, suffer from physical disturbances such as headache, back pain, and even a stomach complaint, yeah? Yeah? Or, for example, this year, during the pandemic, many people are stressed and anxious and fearful, yeah? Okay? So then, yes, we get anxious, we get frustrated, or we can't go out of the house, we get frustrated, we feel anxious, yeah? Yeah, or we feel depressed, yeah? And then we get aggressive, yeah? And then it's true, we get headaches, we get back pain, we get stomach problems. Then we fight with our friends, with our family, yeah? Then Rinpoche says then we start to smoke and to drink more. Drink doesn't mean drinking sumo or water, it means drinking alcohol, yeah? We start to skip meals, we sleep badly or not at all, yeah? So this kind of behavior and diet consumes our subtle energy, which results in us becoming weaker and more exhausted. So it's like a vicious cycle, yeah? So we see many people like this, yeah? And in fact, when Rinpoche La was working as a healer, we came to the West in the 1983, 4 or something. For years and years and years, yeah? But the first, let's say, 20 years, he was going around as a Tibetan Lama healer, and he was treating people with Om Muni Muni, Maha Muni, Shakyamuni, Soha, and the 4 limitless meditations. And also at that time, not in the last few years, but at that time, he was also giving some herbal medicines, yeah, from the Himalaya tradition, yeah. And the main medicine that he used to give to people actually was for anxiety, yeah, because our modern lifestyle is too much. Even before the pandemic, it was too much, yeah. And now for some people, it's really like over, because now it's like, how do you say? It's like the straw that broke the camel's back this year, yeah, with all the things that have happened. That's why it's very good now we emphasize. In fact, this is why we thought to do this practice of Vajrapani, yeah. So we have, Rinpoche said we need many instruments, yeah, in order to heal ourselves, yeah. So this is another instrument, how we can take care of ourselves in this difficult year, okay? So we can help us to recover our feeling of happiness and well-being, yeah, okay? Which is what Rinpoche wanted, Rinpoche didn't want us to be like miserable and stressed and anxious. He said, please enjoy life, please practice the Dharma here, keep on with the self-healing, go deeper into my practice and practice and be happy is what he actually said, yeah? So if we're not happy, we need to do practices like this to recover our inner light, our inner happiness, okay? So then, Rinpoche continues, we are all responsible for the health of our own body and mind, and therefore we need to become very aware and attentive to the negative thoughts that cause us physical harm, yeah? So Rinpoche always used to say this a lot, He used to say that our negative thoughts are like worse than a gun, Like, for example, in Brazil, yeah, in South America, unfortunately, we have this social situation where it's quite possible somebody might come up and point a gun at you or a fork or something and rob you, It's very frightening, yeah? But Rinpoche said, every day our negative thoughts are worse than somebody pointing a gun at you, yeah? And he said it's just as dangerous and just as damaging, yeah? Okay? And then Rinpoche said, although doctors and therapists can assist us in our healing process, fundamentally, we have to heal ourselves, yeah? This is the basic argument of NgalSo tantric self-healing. So I don't know if you were listening to when I was explaining NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 1 a few months ago. But in there, Rinpoche says very clearly, our own health is in our own hands. Every day, one less negative thought and action. Every day, one more positive thought and action. This is self-healing, yeah? Okay? And Rinpoche always said that all of the Buddhist teachings could be collected into the word NgalSo, yeah? The word NgalSo in Tibetan means relax, yeah? Okay? It's got 2 syllables like the English word relax, yeah? So Rinpoche always said that the Nel, the re part of relax of NgalSo, yeah, meant all the negative causes and conditions that we need to get rid of in our life in order to be happy, to be peaceful, yeah? And this includes what's called the first 2 noble truths. The first one is there is suffering, yeah? And the second is we are responsible for our own suffering, yeah? Okay? Yeah? There is a cause of suffering. The cause is our own ignorance, our own delusions, our own actions, okay? Yeah? So we need to take responsibility for our own situation, which sometimes is very difficult, yeah, like this year, for example. I'm sure many times we're thinking, oh, why is this happening? And like, the government is horrible, they're rubbish, this is, we're putting everything on the outside, but we also need to think, okay, regardless of the outer situation, I am responsible for my own happiness, my own well-being. This I can control, yeah? So the Vajrapani practice is giving us, as Rinpoche said, an instrument to take control of our life, be happy and to be stable, yeah? And then the so part of NgalSo, the second part is all the positive causes and conditions that will bring happiness and well-being and peace and nirvana and enlightenment into our life, yeah? Okay? So Rinpoche said that hundreds and hundreds of times, okay? Yeah? So we need to think about that, yeah? Okay? So we are responsible for our own experience, yeah? But that's good because it means we can change our experience for the better, yeah? We don't have a fixed essence. So therefore, if we apply the right causes, yeah, and put the right conditions together, things will change for the better. It's not fixed that things will always get worse, yeah? And so the Dharma is a panacea, yeah, that helps us to put everything in the right way and bring happiness and well-being and ease, yeah, and relaxation back into our life, yeah. So then Rinpoche says we should never underestimate the power of negative thoughts because they can cause health problems and damage the environment around us. That's true, yeah? Reality is created by our thoughts, yeah? And then he gives an example. He says, for example, if we believe that other people treat us badly, this attracts the same energy and behavior to ourselves, yeah? So we put out that thought, yeah? And then we start to see the people in our world, they are actually treating us badly, yeah? It's like we're calling it to ourselves, yeah? And then he says, the wish to be surrounded by good friends can be realized, above all, by transforming our inner thought enemies into inner thought friends, yeah? So this is something he used to say a lot, yeah? We need to get rid of our inner enemies, our inner thought enemies, and we need to keep very close to us the positive thoughts and attitudes that's good for us, yeah? So, a strong negative emotion, such as anger, affects the corresponding chakra, which is our heart chakra, and blocks its energy, yeah? And this in turn energetically disturbs all the organs that are linked to the chakra by channels, yeah? So this is actually part of the theory of NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing, yeah? How the mind is affecting the body, okay? Persistent anger not only increases feelings of nervousness and frustration, but also increases our physical disturbances such as angina, hepatitis, gallbladder and intestinal problems, blood disorders and blockages of the arteries, yeah? So what this means is, let's say, okay, we're a kind of person that tends to get angry and every day we're a little bit angry and a little bit frustrated, yeah, okay? Then gradually, each time we get angry, blocking the heart chakra a little bit. It's kind of like squeezing it, yeah? So then the energies and the essences that need to flow across here, this part of our body, they can't go, yeah? So it means the organs related to this chakra, like the liver, the gallbladder, the heart, yeah, and so on, they're not getting the energy that they need to be healthy, yeah? So then, not in one day or 1 week, but after months and months and years of, yeah, thinking like this, yeah? And also, like, with that is a whole syndrome, also what we eat, how we act, and so on, yeah? Then we start, some sickness starts to come in the body, like, oh, my liver, my gallbladder, I'm headache, I'm this, my shoulders, my eyes. We're getting many kinds of sicknesses related to it. And then it's like, oh, why did this happen? Why it happened is because of a syndrome that we created ourselves by unknowingly, yeah, because nobody wants to suffer, yeah, but unknowingly, because we didn't know any better, we created this sickness for ourselves, yeah. So this is exactly why Rinpoche taught us the self-healing. When, like, for example, when we're doing like this, and we're opening the blockages, we're opening the channels, so then the energy can flow again through here and through here and through here, through the chakras, yeah? It's releasing the blockages. So the energies that maybe have been blocked maybe for 10 years, 20 years, who knows, maybe 50 years, they can start to flow again, yeah? So this is a very powerful method to bring our body and mind back into balance, okay? So Rinpoche said, instead of continuing to blame outer circumstance and other people, don't we? Yeah. When something we do not like happens to us, which is like basically every day, yeah, we should analyze and try to fully understand the negative effects of our mental poisons on our health, yeah? So if something is going wrong in our life, if we're not feeling well and so on, we need to think, why did that happen, rather than thinking, oh, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too this, it's too that, yeah, and whatever, many reasons, yeah. We need to think, what am I doing? Yeah, how am I reacting that I'm making myself ill? Yeah, okay. What kind of emotional reaction have I got? Yeah. And this is exactly why we have the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas in NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing, yeah? Because we have 5 main patterns of emotional response: ignorance, desire, aggression, pride and miserliness, and fear. With 5 chakras and 5 main emotional, let's say, syndromes, yeah? Okay. Today we're talking about mainly the syndrome that affects the heart chakra, the Akshobhya family, actually, is what we're talking about, yeah? And how to transform anger and frustration and these kind of feelings here, yeah? Although actually this particular form of Vajrapani that Rinpoche likes so much is also working on 3 levels. So somehow we can say it's also healing here. Anyway, we'll see afterwards. It's healing the upper energies, the lower energies, and the heart energies. So we could say actually it's also a panacea working on many different levels, yeah. But if we look, like, let's say, formally, we have to say Vajrapani is related to the Akshobhya family, okay, to the heart chakra, yeah. And it's true, no? I don't know if you ever experienced, but me, when I get angry, sorry, I'm not a saint yet. You become a saint after you die, not in the life, yeah. Apparently, yeah, in the Christian tradition, yeah. So if I get angry, if I get frustrated, I feel very bad here in my heart, yeah, my heart, not my physical heart, my heart chakra. It's like really like I'm using too much the energy here, and I feel emptier here afterwards. So really, they always say in the Buddhist sutras, yeah, in our Mahayana tradition, that anger is too expensive, yeah. And they say that one moment of anger, you can burn all your good karma, yeah? Especially if you direct it towards somebody who's been very kind to you, like your mother, your father, your gurus, these kind of people, yeah? Actually, we shouldn't get angry at anybody, actually, but anyway, especially to them, yeah? So anyway, we know that anger is not a good thing. However, we cannot control our anger, even though we've read all the philosophical texts and had all the teachings about why anger is bad for us, okay? So this is why to practice something like Vajrapani is super important, because our mind is like an iceberg, yeah. Okay, if you got in this, at least on the TV, you can see now there's the sea and there's an iceberg stuck out the top, yeah. And okay, it looks like this, but under the sea it's huge, yeah. So our mind is like that. The top bit is our gross mind, our ordinary mind. And this is the bit saying, oh, I shouldn't get angry. I should be a patient person. I should be a kind person and all this, yeah? But underneath, we have all our subconscious. And there, in our subconscious, and in what Rinpoche called our very subtle mind, Rinpoche called it its space disk, yeah? In the space disk is recorded everything we ever did or thought, or all our actions of body, speech, and mind is recorded in the space disk, yeah? So then, when certain condition come together, poof, things happen in our life and we can't understand why. Things come out of our subconscious, yeah? So we need to heal the deep, profound part of our mind, not just the top part, not just the gross mind. It's not enough, yeah? Yeah, I mean, okay, it's wonderful, for example, to do therapy and all these kind of things, very meaningful, but we need one that gets into the subconscious mind, yeah? Which is why our Vajrayana systems have something really special and important to offer in modern society, yeah? And that's what Rinpoche thought, that we needed these kind of techniques, yeah? In order to become whole people, yeah? So, then Rinpoche says, if we do not resolve and eliminate the negative karmic causes of our own emotional problems, no medicine, no matter how good it is, no surgery, no therapy, or no therapist can completely heal us, yeah? So he's not saying we shouldn't have medicine or have therapy or go to a doctor. He says, okay, please go, yeah, of course. But in order to become completely cured, we need to take responsibility for our own health and well-being, yeah, okay? And we need to purify the deep negative karmic, let's say, patterns within our own mind that are making us feel stressed and tired and miserable and uncomfortable, yeah? So then he says, by healing the underlying mental and energetic disturbances, even very strong illnesses can sometimes be healed, yeah? And also, sometimes some people, of course, they get healed by getting better, but many people, they also get healed and even they pass away, but even in that process, they are healed, yeah? So it's difficult for us to say, looking externally, what is healing, yeah, okay? Then Rinpoche says, creating a balance between our body and mind is something extremely important if we want to live a healthy and happy life. NgalSo, tantric self-healing practice, this is at the bottom of page 14, is a synthesis of the most useful and effective methods within the Himalayan Buddhist Sutra, Tantra, medical, yoga, and astrological traditions. It offers a myriad of techniques to create harmony between our body and mind on the gross, subtle, and very subtle levels. This is true, yeah? Rinpoche had incredible knowledge, Like, I don't know if you know, no, but apart from Rinpoche received so many different awards and accolades in his life, no? But he was also made, what was he called? He was made like the rector of the School of Lamas of Beijing. So in China, in Tibet, China, no? These days in Beijing, they set up a school for lamas, yeah, okay, to train like the next generation of lamas and tulkus in our tradition, no? So Rinpoche was the rector of this. So he had incredible, not just for that reason, but he had incredible knowledge, but even in Tibet, that they recognized, his special capacity of an incredible knowledge, really of Tantra. He knew everything. He was number one. Also medicine, astrology. He knew he had all kinds of things, books on alchemy, everything incredible, Rinpoche really, really, really knew the whole of the Buddhist culture, and so kindly took out the essence in a way that we could practice it, And that's why he made NgalSo's tantric self-healing system, way that we can catch something, we can practice, yeah, okay? So, according to Buddhism, the three main causes of disharmony are our ignorance, our attachment, and our hatred. These 3 root poisons are our inner enemies, and they remain registered on the inner space disk of our inner mental computer, let's say. Maybe it's a portable disk, I don't know, or a cloud disk, but anyway, yeah, that accompanies us from life to life, yeah. These imprints are what determines our next rebirth, yeah, and also what kind of body type and personality we have, yeah, yeah. So this is a very, very important subject in NgalSo tantric self-healing. And when we get around to talking about this one, yeah, a rainbow of healing nectars, which is Rinpoche's beautiful book on Tibetan medicine, we'll go into this in more detail, yeah. But basically, okay, we have 3 main delusions: ignorance, desire, and hatred. And then we have tons of other ones, don't we? Tons, yeah. But anyway, the main ones are ignorance, not knowing the nature of reality, not knowing how things are interdependent, how things exist and function, yeah. We just, it's like our mind has a design fault, so we cannot see things clearly, yeah. Okay, well, most people, okay, there's some people whose minds are okay, you know, some Arya beings, some holy beings who are kind of like the mind repair technicians, you know, our gurus, our lamas, the holy beings who can help us, yeah. But most of us, we have a perceptual problem. We're born with something wrong with our perception system, so we naturally perceive things in an ignorant way, yeah. Then, based on that, we have desire and hatred. So from these 3 principal mental attitudes come out actually the 3 biotypes of either Ayurveda or from our Himalayan Tibetan medicine, yeah. So in Ayurveda, which is the same, is Vata, Kapha, and Pitta. In Tibetan, we say Lung, Bekan, and Tripa. Okay, so what are these? Vata or Lung means wind personality. Okay. Bekan or Kapha is phlegm personality. Yeah, and Tripa or what is it? Vata, Pitta in Sanskrit. Yeah. This is a bile personality, yeah. So that we have these 3 biotypes, yeah. So if you have excessive attachment, yeah, then we develop gradually wind disorder, or let's say wind personality, yeah. And we become people who are prone to stress, anxiety, nervousness, and very sensitive, prone to mental disorders. Okay, so. If you don't want any stress, it's easy, no? Just give up wanting things, yeah, because it's excess desire. So this I need more, and this constant dissatisfaction. I want this. If only I had that, I'd be happy. Yeah? Then okay, I need to do that and get more money and a bigger house and a boat and a beach house and another car and another partner. It never finishes, no? This mind, yeah. Then we become super stressed and like follow that till we're worn out, exhausted, or dead. Yeah, that's how it goes, no, isn't it? Yeah. And this is why our modern society, we're so incredibly stressed, no? Because we had very consumerist kind of attitude at the moment, yeah? So never enough, more, then means more stress, actually, doesn't it? If we think about it, yeah? Because you can never be beautiful enough, young enough, rich enough, or fabulous enough in our society. So it's always like unreachable, yeah? So, of course, everybody's tired and stressed trying to achieve an unachievable ideal, no? Okay, so anyway, so that's Vata, yeah. If we have excessive hatred and aggression, yeah, it's what we call a type A personality, no? Like very pushy, I need to succeed, I want to be the best, you know, I must succeed, this kind of mind, yeah. So excessive hatred generates a bile personality, yeah. People who are aggressive, yeah, and also are subject to weak circulation systems. So they get problems with the heart, liver, and gallbladder, fever, headache, and infections. Yeah, so this is typical of the type A personality. I want to succeed, push all the life until like that. No, but it's going like that, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So it's not healthy to be like that either. Yeah. Okay. Then people with excessive ignorance. Now, when we say ignorance means not understanding the nature of reality. We're not being rude about people, yeah? We're all ignorant, okay? But if we have excessive ignorance, this generates what we call a phlegm personality. So we become like lazy and closed-minded, and also with a tendency to depression, yeah? Like very slow, yeah? And also prone to weight gain and problems with the lungs and the intestines, yeah? Okay? So we have these three main biotypes. I'm speaking in a very simple way, okay? Wind, bile, and phlegm. Each one has like a personality type, a biotype, like physically, yeah. And also like there's certain kinds of food and foods that those kind of people like, that they're attracted to, yeah. So then Rinpoche says each of these imbalances can be harmonized by the correct diet, behavior, and environment that's suitable for that person, yeah, as well as by constant attention to our mental attitudes, yeah. So one very nice thing about our Himalayan healing system, yeah, is that, for example, now, if, let's say, I don't know, like under my house, there's a pharmacy, actually a very nice pharmacy. And if I want to go, say I've got a headache, I go in, I say, I have a headache, they'll give me either aspirin or paracetamol, no? They won't give me like medicine according to my biotype, yeah? Okay. So they won't say, have you got a headache because of phlegm or wind or bile, yeah? Because they're in the most people, they don't understand about these things. So very nice in our Buddhist medicine is that things are tailored to you, you know. It's not like everybody gets the same meditation, everybody gets the same diet, everybody gets the same food, no? Or, you know, it's what do you need for you to become a better, more healthy, more, you know, a whole person, yeah? And obviously, if we think about it logically, that makes more sense because, for example, if I went in the pharmacy downstairs and I said, oh, I've got a headache, and they give me aspirin, okay, thanks, yeah. But then I say, oh, I've got a stomach ache, and they give me again aspirin, yeah. Or I've got, I don't know what, eye problem, aspirin. At a certain point, I think, it's not very good in here, no? Because they always give me the same medicine, yeah? So we need, like, the solution to be tailored to our actual problem, yeah? Which is why it's so excellent, the Buddhist medical system. It's a holistic system which combines meditation, lifestyle, diet, many different things together, like a whole, yeah? And we need to do all those things together, yeah? Actually, in the Buddhist medical system, or the herbal medicine was always considered like the last resort, yeah? And this is the actual medicine, is this, yeah? The meditation, taking care of our attitude, our emotions, our lifestyle, the weather, yeah, you know, fitting appropriately with the weather, the seasons, and what we eat is the actual medicine, okay? So we need to put more emphasis on these kind of things in order to be well, in order to be healthy, okay? Anyway, so like I say, there's a lot more to know on that subject, and this is the introduction to that, yeah, which sooner or later we will go through together, okay? I mean, if you can't wait, yeah, you're welcome to buy all our books from either the Albagnano online shop or from your Dharma centers, yeah, okay? Then, of course, books you can have immediately and read all these beautiful and very meaningful practices. No need to wait 6 months or a year or 5 years till I get around to talking about it, okay? Yeah. Okay, then Rinpoche says, people sometimes suffer from symptoms and illnesses for which the physical causes cannot be found. And these are considered to be psychosomatic or karmic diseases, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so for example, yeah, many people used to go to see Rinpoche, and they were already sick, and they've already been seen many doctors, many therapists, and they weren't really feeling satisfied with the results, yeah. And then they would go and see Rinpoche, and Rinpoche would kind of like look at them a little bit, you know, like in his Rinpoche way. Then he would say, "Oh, when you were 16 years old, what happened?" Yeah. And then they'll say, oh, yes. And they'll say, when I was 16, blah, blah, blah. And they would tell one story or whatever, 16 or 19 or 28 or whatever, yeah. And they would tell one story. And Rinpoche would then say, oh, that's why you're sick, yeah. That's the cause, yeah, why you're sick now, yeah. And it was incredible. He was always right. And I used to say to him, Rinpoche, how do you do this? Yeah, I want to know. What are you doing? He said, oh, I was born like this. Yeah. He said, just like since I'm a child, I just look at people and I can see, what's wrong with them. And he used to say that when he never used to do like this, taking the pulse and this kind of thing, because he didn't need to. Yeah. Sometimes people would go like that, asking for the pulse, but it was not necessary because he said, he said this to me. No, he said, when I look at people, I can see like inside of them. I can see if there's something wrong. I can see it's like something there, And he said, since I'm a child, I always see people like this, so I understand immediately if there's something wrong. Yeah. And he said, this must be something from my other life. Yeah. Okay. Because many lives is a great. I'm explaining these days now. On Tuesdays and Thursdays when we're doing the streaming and talking about NgalSo tantric self-healing. No? At the moment, we're explaining like Rinpoche's little bit of Rinpoche's past lives, yeah. And so many times Rinpoche was really great, enlightened master, both male and female, yeah, really helping people, really healing people, yeah. So he has this continuum for over 1,000 years of this special mind, yeah. So he says, I was born like this. So it's like, oh, I want to know how to do it. He says, oh, sorry, I was just born like that. I can't, since I'm a young child, I see things like that, yeah. So anyway, so Rinpoche, that's why he was truly a great healer, yeah. Plus on top, he knew everything about all the medicine, the tantra, he knew everything, yeah. But as a result of his own work over many, many lifetimes, he had this kind of, I suppose we'd call it like a medical clairvoyance, now that he could see immediately if they had a shoulder problem. He used to say sometimes that he'd look at people and he'd see them like there was a part missing, yeah, like there's something disappeared. And he said that's when that part was very sick, yeah, okay. Anyway, so I used to see things like that, he said, yeah, okay. So Rinpoche said, sometimes people suffer from illnesses of which the physical cause cannot be found, and increasingly that's so, isn't it, in our modern times, yeah, okay. And these are considered to be psychosomatic or karmic diseases, yeah. And this is why in the Buddhist tradition, people went to lamas for help, yeah? Not just doctors, of course. We also have doctors, yeah? But when the doctors and the therapists were unable to help, who go to the lama, yeah? Then Rinpoche says, our mind maintains the very deep negative imprints connected to the mistakes we have made in the past, yeah? And if these imprints mature or ripen, yeah, then we get a problem, yeah. So this is what Rinpoche used to call the karma bombs, yeah, in our mind, yeah, like life going on, then foot on the karma bomb, our life blows up, yeah, everything goes wrong in a major way, everything falls apart, yeah. Looks like this year we had a really big karma bomb, no, collective karma bomb go off, yeah, okay. And then he says, out of ignorance, we have all committed very expensive negative actions. And this has left us with karmic debts to pay. So we're all overdrawn on our karmic bank balance, yeah? Okay. So finally, if you're better not to be overdrawn, no? Don't. But if you are, finally, it's very horrible, no? You have to pay like even more than, you have to pay interest and you feel really bad, no? So it says, because out of ignorance, we did very negative actions. That means like desire, hatred, pride, all this stuff, very expensive, yeah. Then one day the bill arrives and we get a big shock, and the bill is in terms of negative experience, like sick, suffering, everything falls apart, yeah, everything's going wrong, yeah. Why? Because we did it, yeah. The only thing is we can't exactly remember when we did it. This is the bad thing about this, we did it, but we can't exactly remember what we did, yeah, or when we did it. All we've got is the bill, yeah. Okay. But anyway, we need to purify our actions, or let's say we need to Rinpoche said we need to find a way to economize or cut down our bill, or even better, cancel our bill. But first we need to cut down our bill, need to go into a cheaper way of living, yeah, through behaving better, yeah. Then he says, as a consequence, we find ourselves weaker, both physically and mentally, and increasingly prone to pain and sickness, yeah, okay. These same karmic imprints also create problems that doctors are often unable to cure. In this case, a solution may be found through a Lama healer or our own spiritual practice. Yeah, okay. So Rinpoche, when he came to the West, no, he went to West to modern society. He went also to Asia. He went everywhere. No, when he went around the world, he's a healer. For many years, he was healing many people with incurable mental and physical illnesses. Yeah, also some people who were people with serious physical ailments. I saw this, myself. Yeah, many people who should have died but lived many more years. Yeah, and even people sometimes they looks like they're complete relapse. Yeah, complete remission. Yeah, means the sickness was not developing, so then they live very well, many more years than the conventional doctors thought was possible, and everybody was super surprised. But that's how it went, and I saw this, and not just me. Many people in our sangha, they saw this. This is true. Okay. Also, many people came to Rinpoche with very strong mental illness. Yeah. Okay. All kinds of different things. Yeah. And Rinpoche found a way for those people to poko, little by little, to become better, more comfortable, more integrated. Yeah. And we also saw this over the years that many people became really very much better being around Rinpoche and also being in our Albagnano and our Dharma centers around the world, in our sanghas, in our spiritual community. Yeah. And Rinpoche always emphasized a lot that we need to accept people who are not so well, let's say. Yeah. Okay. Even though for us, actually, as a community, this is more difficult and more work for us. Why? Because you have this incredible compassion, no? This empathy and love. And anybody that was weak or damaged, Rinpoche was like, oh, yes, come here, take care of you, Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, then Rinpoche says, we are all responsible for our own karmic debt. But instead of feeling guilty or behaving like a victim, that's very important, we should use one of the many methods available to heal ourselves. Yeah, okay. It's worthwhile to remember what the Buddha said about karma. The results of actions are definite, and the results of actions increase. Yeah. And if we didn't do it, we cannot experience the result. Yeah. And the results of an action never disappear by themselves. Yeah. Okay. So this is really all. This is in the Lam Rim, no? So in all our Mahayana Buddhist teachings, very important thing for us to take on board emotionally. Okay. If we're experiencing a result, it's because we ourselves made the cause. Yeah. So there's no point getting mad and angry with, I don't know, our parents, our family, our partner, our guru, our boss, our community, our sangha. We are experiencing that because we made the cause. Okay. Okay. For sure, there may be some conditions. Okay, because the cause and the condition, they need to shake hands. Okay, for the thing to manifest. But still, if we didn't make the cause, we couldn't experience it. So this we always need to remember, both when we're having a good time and when we're having a bad time. Okay. And also, the results of actions never disappear by themselves. Everything is recorded on everything we do of our body, speech, and mind is recording on our subtle mind. Yeah. Because we always think, oh, nobody saw us, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if anybody saw us or not. It doesn't matter if God, Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, our guru saw us or not. Anyway, our own mind is recording all our own body, speech, and mind actions. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's all recorded. So anyway, so we carry with us the baggage of our own actions. Yeah. So then Rinpoche says, accumulated negative karma, like a computer virus, has to be erased from our inner space disk. Yeah. Yeah. Because we know, like, if we get a virus on our phone or our computer, it makes complete mess. Yeah. And this is what our own negative karma is doing to our minds and to our health. Yeah. What we need to do is accumulate merit, or Tibetan we call sonam, yeah, or in Sanskrit punya, positive energy. Yeah. How are we going to do that? We need to create positive mental and physical actions. For example, we can do prayer, dedication, meditation, yeah. But also, punya, to create punya, we need to do something for other people, yeah, or the environment. So if we think about others, take care of others, this is punya increasing actions. Okay, then they explain how to do in the best way. So the less ego involved we are, the more punya you get, yeah, and the more ego involvement you have in it, the less punya is coming, yeah. So for example, if we help somebody, then we're thinking, oh, now they need to give me something and I'm a really good person, then the punya is actually very little, the positive energy. But if we just do it selflessly, yeah, don't think about us, think about the others, and it's big, yeah. So this is the Buddhist way we need to think, yeah, and the positive side effect of thinking about others is then we have less time to think about ourselves, so automatically we're less neurotic and we're more happy and we're more peaceful. And conversely, the more we think about ourselves, the more miserable and depressed we are, and that's just a fact, isn't it? A psychological fact, yeah. So Rinpoche says if we accumulate positive, if we accumulate punya, this is page 16, yeah, by the way, translators, yeah, we can erase the negative karma and heal ourselves of our mental and physical diseases and their causes. However, actually, to completely cancel your disc and erase and restart your system, you need to understand emptiness, yeah? So we have like relative level of improving, and then we have like the actual like cleaning your mental computer and having a new system put in, like having a bodhisattva system put in, yeah, okay? An Arya system put in, yeah? But little by little, we'll get there, okay? Then it says, intoxication and poisoning can cause many types of mental illness. This is like, so he says, drinking alcohol, excessive amounts of alcohol, taking drugs, it means like recreational drugs, but any kind of drug, actually, it's all harming us, yeah? Having a bad diet, eating wrong medicines, and environmental pollution are all considered to be poisonous, yeah? Yeah, so what it means is the more we can have like a healthy diet, more natural way of living, the better. However, just by itself, that will not be enough, yeah? Even if we go, I don't know, into the middle of Amazonia, or what do you call it in Brazil, Praia del Espelho, or the most beautiful mountaintop in the Italian Alps, or the most wonderful place anywhere, yeah? Most clean, most beautiful, you're still going to get sick and you're still going to die, yeah? Okay? It's not enough, but anyway, it helps, yeah? Okay? Better anyway. So we do need to take care of those things as much as possible, yeah? Then, Rinpoche says, on a subtle level, things such as electromagnetic radiation are damaging as they make the inhabitants of modern cities nervous and disturbed, yeah? Yeah, so what are we going to do then? Because now we have all this Wi-Fi everywhere, yeah? Yeah? We have to learn how to strengthen and protect ourselves energetically, as well as to reduce our attachment to things that harm us, yeah? Okay? So since the last, I don't know, like 30 years or something, we had 25 years, we have the internet and we have mobile phones and all this. On one hand, it's good, no? Like, for example, now we can do like these things, the Dharma, we can do in a way we can never do previously. But it's true that these things are very disturbing. Like, for example, they say that many people, they have insomnia, no? Because why? Because we're so addicted to our phone and our computer and Netflix and all that we can't stop watching it, no? And then we can't sleep, yeah? So it's damaging to our health, yeah? And in many other ways too, it's not helpful, yeah? However, we cannot go around all our neighbors asking them to switch off their Wi-Fi. It's impossible. So now what we need to do is strengthen our own inner energy, for example, through the practice of Vajrapani, also Black Manjusri. We have many of these practices. So we need to become stronger. So yes, we have all these rays around us, yeah? And it's not affecting us. However, on the subject, before we continue, I do want to say something about this. There's one theory that the coronavirus is caused by 5G internet, yeah? So this is completely not true. How I know it's completely not true is that actually I got the virus, no? In March, yeah? Okay. I was staying in my retreat house in Albagnano. The walls were like that thick of stone. It's like 18th century. There was no internet, okay? Impossible to get any signal on the mobile phone or the computer. Impossible, okay? But I still got it, yeah? So this is complete load of rubbish, this that 5G is creating the coronavirus, yeah? Also, you know, like a lot of conspiracy theories on the internet are really, really not helpful, yeah? If you want a conspiracy theory, yeah, we have many positive conspiracy theories in Buddhism, okay? Like better we look at what Rinpoche said, you know? If you want to think it, let's think about Shambhala, you know, let's think about all these kind of, we have many incredible things in our sutras and tantras, yeah? Maybe we put our mind there, yeah? Rinpoche always said we need to put our mind in a positive direction, okay? Okay, so anyway, but yes, anyway, it says like this, yeah? So we need to strengthen and protect ourselves energetically. So actually we have one book made by Rinpoche called NgalSo, How to Protect Our Aura, that explains everything to make your aura more strong, more powerful. Yeah. Plus we have Vajrapani, Black Manjusri, and many other practices. So don't worry, yeah. We will become stronger than these kind of rays that are going around, okay? Okay. Then what else, yeah? Okay, this bit I'll talk about tomorrow, an outline of tantric psychotherapy, yeah? Okay. But one thing we will look at before we do the Jaina is the qualities and characteristics of Buddha Vajrapani Hayagriva, yeah? Okay, so I'll talk about this for the next half hour. Then we'll take a break. Why? Because otherwise maybe for our friends who are translating, it's too much, yeah? Like hours and hours. So we'll take half hour time, we'll take a break. Then we'll come back and with the mind refreshed, we will do the Jaina, yeah? Okay? But always we need a little bit of explanation, like what's the quality, what's the benefit of doing this, yeah? So I hope us looking together at the introduction to Rinpoche's last book it should be convincing us that yes, Vajrapani is the right thing for me to do, yeah? You know? I mean, since years actually, Rinpoche recommend that we do the Vajrapani practice. Every time there was something difficult, something not going well, he said many times, oh, you should do Vajrapani, yeah? Okay? Okay, so page 23, the qualities and characteristics of Buddha Vajrapani Hayagriva Garuda, yeah? Okay, so in this picture here, actually you can only see Buddha Vajrapani's face, yeah? But this is a special form of Vajrapani, whereas it looks like Vajrapani, yeah? But he has above his head red face of Guru Buddha Hayagriva, and then above is green Garuda, yeah? So it's threefold aspect, very powerful, okay? Homage to Vajrapani, powerful and fierce, virtuous king of the knowledge mantras, tamer of the hard to tame, yeah? So this is one quotation from the Sukha Siddhi Tantra, yeah? Actually, there are tons of tantras about Vajrapani, yeah? Some of which are now translated into English, yeah? Vajrapani is an archetype of enlightenment and embodies the qualities of spiritual strength and calmness in the face of adversity, yeah? However, the fact he's an archetype doesn't mean he's not real. Vajrapani is just as real as you and me, okay? We're also relatively, you know, everything, yes, Vajrapani is real, we're real, everything is empty of inherent existence. It's all very mysterious, but anyway, yes, Vajrapani is also real and is an archetype, yeah? When we meditate on ourselves as Vajrapani, we're also using that archetype within our own mind, yeah? He is considered to be a healing manifestation of Buddha Shakyamuni's mind, yeah? Mind, Hung, heart chakra here, yeah? Okay? And can help us to overcome the dun, the demon, of delusions, aggregates, death, yeah? And Lama yin, yeah? As well as the interferences of the degenerate age, the last 500 years of Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, yeah? Okay, so here Rinpoche says if we do the practice of Vajrapani, it helps us to overcome what's called the 4 maras, yeah? Okay? 4 demons. Now, this does, before you all get scared or something, it's not like demons like this with a trident, no. Maras means an interference to our health, our well-being, our enlightenment, our awakening, okay? So we said there's 4 Maras, yeah, which in the Western words we translate into demon, yeah, but they're mainly internal, okay? So the first one, the biggest one, is our delusion. So the biggest obstacle to our awakening, to our well-being, to our biggest obstacle is our delusions, like our ignorance, desire, hatred, pride, yeah, okay, this kind of thing, fear, jealousy, yeah. So that's the first dun, the first mara that we need to overcome, yeah. So that means we need to look inside and we need to change something about ourselves, yeah, okay. The second Mara, or Dun, is the Mara of the aggregates. What are the aggregates? Well, Lord Buddha, when he explained, for example, the Heart Sutra, the Prajnaparamita, all these kind of things, he explained that we have 5 aggregates, yeah? So basically we have a body and we have a mind, yeah? Okay, so we have body and then we have feelings, discrimination, consciousness, and then what's called samskara or compositional factors, which basically we could say loosely in the West is like our personality, like the rest, yeah, okay? So basically our body and our mind are big obstacles to our personal development, yeah? Not just what we think, but also our body, yeah? And we know this is true because many times, for example, I don't know, we have like a backache and we're miserable, we're in a bad mood, or we have headache, or something's wrong with our body, and then it affects our emotion, yeah? Then the last thing we feel like doing is sitting down and meditating, yeah? Okay? Whereas in fact, what we should be doing is sitting down and doing self-healing, but it's, we don't feel like it, do we? Yeah? Yeah? Hmm? Anyway. Anyway, so where are we? Okay, so first is delusions. We need to overcome our inner delusions, yeah? Second is our aggregates, our body and mind. The third Mara that we need to overcome, yeah, is death, yeah, because death is obviously a big interference to our spiritual development. We all pray to have a long life, yeah. Why? Because we have what we call precious human rebirths. Of course, nowadays in the world, there's billions and billions of people. And of course, somehow everybody's life is precious. All humans, all other forms of life is precious. But in our Dharma teachings, we say that to have met the Dharma, to have met a teacher who can explain them to us, yeah, to have this unique set of conditions for spiritual development is so rare, so precious. They always say it's like if a blind turtle was swimming across the ocean and once every 100 years it come up for air, yeah, it must have a very big lung capacity, but anyway, once every 100 years it comes up and puts its head out of the water, yeah. So on the ocean of the world is floating a golden ring, let's say like a golden life ring, yeah. And if the chance of the blind turtle putting its head through this ring is the chance of us getting a precious rebirth, so it'd be like more than winning the lottery of Spain or something, yeah, like really, really difficult, yeah, to win. But we won the lottery, yeah. We got a precious human rebirth, yeah, okay, yeah. We met the Dharma. We met an incredible lineage with Rinpoche La and other great masters. We're so lucky, yeah. And we have everything we need. But so what we need now is time to practice, yeah. So therefore we have many methods to increase our life and vitality, yeah. And to have it, because nobody knows how long they've got, yeah. But we want the time we have to be okay, so that we can use the time positively to grow and evolve, yeah. Okay, so the third one is the Mara of death. That this is what we need to overcome, yeah. And then the fourth one is called everything else, yeah. Now this is much less problem than the first three, yeah. Delusions, body and mind, and death, yeah. These are the big 3 problems, yeah. Number 4, everything else is like, for example, the weather. I don't know, like for example, if there's a big storm or a tsunami or earthquake or volcano, and then external negative factors from either human or non-human sources. So this actually is the least of our problems, yeah. And the main problem is the other first 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so Rinpoche said, if we do the practice of Vajrapani, it can help us with all these things. So it means also it's a practice for our long life, for our well-being and our health, yeah? So what's not to like about doing the practice of Vajrapani, yeah? Okay. And he said, through the Vajrapani self-healing practice, we can heal and transform and relax the body and mind of both ourselves and others and all living beings, yeah? Okay. Then he says, historically, Vajrapani is a very important figure in Tantric Buddhism, as he is the enlightened aspect of one of the 8 great Mahayana disciples of Buddha Shakyamuni. This is translators, this is page 23, okay, in the book, okay? His special task is to take care of the secret energy practices of the Tantric teachings. And other than requesting the transmissions of the tantras from the Buddha, he said apart. So he that means Vajrapani was the one that requests Buddha to teach the tantras. Okay. He also acted as Buddha's representative, which means he was the action Vajra. Yeah. And he introduced many people to the tantric practices and took them into the tantric mandalas. All the tantric practices were revealed thanks to Vajrapani. Yeah. In fact, in the famous Buddhist text Nagrim Chenmo, The Great Stages of the Path of Tantra by our very important Lama Tsongkhapa, yeah. In there, Lama Tsongkhapa calls Vajrapani the Lord of the Vajra class of Tantras, yeah. Yeah. And so there's 3 main Vajrapani Tantras. There's what's called the Root Tantra, Explanatory Tantra, and Continuation Tantra. Okay. And then actually there's many others, yeah. So actually, let me have a look here on my computer. Like, for example, now I'm not talking about the book, yeah. For example, we have what's called like the main most, let's say, well-known form of Vajrapani. Actually, we have beautiful picture. I think it's still there now in our Kumpan Gompa in Milano, yeah. And many years ago, Rinpoche he asked Ducho, Rinpoche's artist, to paint like huge picture of Vajrapani, like big black one in the Gompa. I'm sure it's still there, yeah. So this is what we call Nilam Badara, like blue-clad Vajrapani, yeah? So important, yeah? So that this is a very important practice from the Charya Tantra class, yeah? And Rinpoche himself, he made many different sadhanas related to this form of Vajrapani, especially in his other life when he was Panchen Zampotashi, yeah? One of the jobs that we need to do, like, in the next few years, is we need to make the final edition of all Rinpoche books. And then this book here, which is like this, will become something like that, yeah? Because we'll put together all the sadhanas that Rinpoche show us of Vajrapani, yeah? So actually, Rinpoche, when he was Panchen Zampotashi, made many different sadhanas of Vajrapani, yeah? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah? 8, 9 sadhanas of Vajrapani in that lifetime, yeah? And okay, so that's one important practice that Rinpoche shows us. Also this, Vajrapani Hayagriva Garuda, which is a Charya Tantra, yeah? Conduct Tantra. Then in recent years, he shows us the Bhutta Dhammara Tantra of Vajrapani. Like, this is a 4-armed form of Vajrapani, which is very important to clear away the obstacles before you enter into tantric practice, yeah? So in for example, in the Sakya tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, yeah, the Gelugpa and the Sakya are very close, yeah. So in the Sakya tradition, like we in the Gelugpas, we tend to do Yamantaka like first, yeah, to clear away the interferences. But in the Sakya, they do Vajrapani Bhutta Dhammara practice, yeah, okay. So also recently we published that sadhana as part of the Vajravali cycle, yeah. Okay, then, okay, on top there is Great Wheel Vajrapani. In fact, it says there on the cover, no? Great Wheel Vajrapani, Mahachakra Vajrapani, the highest Yoga Tantra form of Vajrapani. So beautiful, so important, yeah? So there's many, so actually Lama Tsongkhapa in the Nagrim Chenpo, he talks about all 4 types of Vajrapani practice actually, yeah? Okay. And then Rinpoche says there's one Tantra, one Vajrapani Tantra, yeah, which was revealed. Oh, this is a very famous story. Yeah? There's one king called King Bimbisara. Now, King Bimbisara was Buddha's friend, yeah, okay? And King Bimbisara, yeah, was the one that, the wheel of life in our Buddhist temples, yeah? The wheel, which shows the 6 realms of samsara, and around is yama, is death, yeah? Okay, so this wheel came about because King Bimbisara, yeah, had another friend who was another king, yeah? And he wanted to send this other king a present. Now he thought, what shall I send him? Last year I sent him a peacock. The other year I sent him like some gold armor. I really can't think what to send him. Yeah, I sent him like everything. I sent him a white elephant. There's like nothing left I can send him. So then the Buddha was there. But the Buddha was a prince, remember? So after he got enlightened, he was still hanging around with all the kings of central India. Yeah, because he knew them all. Yeah. So King Bimbisara asked the Buddha, who previous Prince Siddhartha, yeah? So he asked Siddhartha Shakyamuni, "Oh Buddha, what can I give my friend King whoever for his birthday?" And the Buddha said, "I know exactly what you should give him." And they said, "Bring an artist." And the Buddha said, "Do this, do that." And actually asked the artist to draw the wheel of life, yeah, okay? With showing the mota, ignorance, desire, and hatred, and black and white karma, and the 6 realms of existence, and the 12 links of independent origination, yeah, and death, yeah, and the Buddha outside pointing to the moon saying, "This is the way out." And he said right underneath, yeah, "Just like an elephant can demolish a grass hut, it's easy to get out of samsara," yeah. So he said, "Okay, draw this, roll it up, and send it to your friend," yeah. So anyway, King Bimbisara was one of the historical Buddha's main disciples, okay? And so the Buddha many times was there helping him, yeah? However, due to his own karma, yeah, in the end, King Bimbisara was killed by his own son, yeah, Ajatasattu, yeah? Actually in a really horrible way, yeah? So King Bimbisara was Buddha's disciple, okay? And as a result of practicing the Dharma, he became an arhat, yeah, which means no more suffering, yeah, which is very good because then his son, who was very jealous, yeah, wanted to become king, yeah, and he thought, my father's been alive for ages, he's never going to die, I want to be king. So he thought, I know what I do, I'll kill him, then I can become king, yeah. So in fact, that's what he did, he killed him, but in a very horrible way, he tortured him, yeah, okay. And anyway, killed him in a very nasty way, yeah. And so after, King Ajatasattu became known as perverse heart, yeah, like horrible person, yeah, okay, that's what everybody used to call him, King Perverse Heart, yeah. And so it says, so then he became king, no, he took Bimbisara's throne, yeah. And Rinpoche says, at that time, since many great non-virtuous actions such as this were committed in the world, a great famine arose, yeah. And the 4 directional kings went to the Buddha and asked for help, yeah. So this king Ajatasattu, yeah, he killed his father, who was an arhat, yeah. So that, according to our Buddhist karma system, is like one of the worst things that you can do, yeah. We have this thing called the 5 actions of immediate retribution, and it means like if you do that, like after you die, straight away you're going to go to hell, yeah, like no way out, yeah, because it's so horrible what you did, yeah. So according to, let's say, our karma system, King Ajatasattu had done 2 of them, yeah? Actually killed his father, he killed his mother, and he killed an arhat, yeah? Okay, so that's really, really bad, yeah? Okay? So everything went really bad in the kingdom, yeah? And everybody started to starve, yeah? Because there was no rain and the crops failed. So the 4 directional kings who were the 4 protectors, let me show you a picture. These 4 protectors are painted on the doors of all Buddhist temples, yeah? Okay, let's see if I find a picture of them in here. So there's for example. Okay, for example, here's one of them, yeah? This is in NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing 3. In our book, we have the picture of the 4 kings, yeah? So they protect the east, the south, the west, and the north. And these were the first protectors of Buddhism, actually, the 4 directional kings and Buddha Vajrapani, yeah? Were the first of our later many spiritual guardians, yeah, okay. So the 4 kings, they went to the Buddha and they said, please do something, yeah. So the Buddha said, okay, I'll ask Vajrapani to do something, yeah. So then Buddha asked Vajrapani, who then taught a special tantra to overcome the sickness and misfortune that was overcoming that kingdom, yeah? So anyway, then Rinpoche says, the practice explained in this book is the manifestation of great wheel Vajrapani and belongs to highest yoga tantra, yeah? Okay. However, later in the book, Rinpoche says this practice, yeah? Okay, it's great wheel Vajrapani, but he says that the action Vajra is in the form of Vajrapani Hayagriva Garuda, which is what we're doing today, yeah? Now, I was thinking, actually, now I need to do this retreat, no, of great wheel Vajrapani, yeah? Because actually Rinpoche emphasized very much that, yeah? So another time we'll do that form of Vajrapani, yeah? But for now, we'll do the first one, which is Vajrapani Hayagriva Garuda, yeah? Okay? We'll do that together, okay? Okay, then, I'll summarize a little bit. Yeah, this is page 24. So in ancient times, yeah? Okay, Vajrapani was a real person, yeah? He was one of Buddha's disciples. And there's many, many different representations of Vajrapani in ancient Buddhist art, okay? And in ancient Buddhist art, for example, in Odiyana in the Swat Valley, in Afghanistan, yeah? You can also in Borobudur in Indonesia, you can see many representations of Vajrapani. Actually, looks like a normal person, but like with a stick or something. It doesn't look like this image of Vajrapani. Yeah, this came later, yeah, okay. And also here, Rinpoche says, on Borobudur, it's true, there's a very beautiful image of Vajrapani. Sorry, now, usually in Albagnano, we have the screen and I would show you the images, but anyway, you can share on the WhatsApp in it, yeah? But one thing actually, very nice, just before this teaching, just a few minutes before actually, I got one email in my inbox, so I looked at it, what it was, and it was about that they found one mantra, the archaeologists, they found one mantra near Borobudur, yeah, in a place called Rako Boko, which was the royal palace of the Sailendra kings, yeah, like 1 hour away from Borobudur. And also where the monks used to live, who were the builders of Borobudur, yeah, okay. This last time we were in Borobudur, yeah, actually we had a bus trip, no? And our idea was to go there, but actually we didn't make it in time. But in the future, when Lama Michelle, myself, and our Dharma friends can again go, which one day will happen, we will go and look at this place, okay? Also a very special place. So in this place, which was the royal palace and also the royal vihara of the monks who were the builders of Borobudur, the archaeologists found like a golden plate with a mantra on. What did the mantra have on? A mantra of Vajrapani, yeah? And now the archaeologists believe that Vajrapani was the yidam of the king of the Sailendra king, who was the builder of Borobudur, yeah, who was, as we're talking these days, aka Rinpoche, in the 8th century, yeah. So everything goes together bit by bit. It's really fascinating, no? Throughout the ages, no? Yeah. Anyway, so that just came into my inbox like, I don't know, like 20 minutes before I was going to do this. I was like, oh, this is really interesting, yeah. Also, you know, when we do these Dharma teachings, also with Rinpoche, always need to look for one sign, something happening, no? To show you're in the right track, the right direction. So actually, me personally, I actually felt like quite happy that, you know, it's like one little sign, no? Because it was with Borobudur and Vajrapani, and it means with Rinpoche, no? Connected with the Vajrapani Hayagriva Garuda practice, yeah? Anyway, so Rinpoche says if you look on Borobudur, there's some beautiful images of Vajrapani. It's true, there are. And there, in the one on Borobudur, no, Vajrapani is like a young prince, like very good looking, yeah? Not like this, not this kind of yaksha, ruffle aspect, yeah? Young prince holding like a big Vajra, like a thunderbolt, yeah? Okay? But then he says in Tibetan Buddhism, late Indian Mahayana Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism, Vajrapani gradually began to be portrayed in this way. Yeah? Vajrapani is also a manifestation of Supreme Healer Akshobhya and represents the quality of a stable and compassionate mind free from anger. Yeah? Yeah? Akshobhya transforms the anger and psychological problems that weaken us and helps us to awaken our personal power in a selfless way, yeah? And makes us physically and emotionally strong, yeah? Yeah, because if we're strong, then okay, some small irritation, we don't care. But if we're weak, some small thing happens, then we get mad, we get angry, yeah? So if you're like Vajrapani, yeah? I mean, Vajrapani means full of love inside and very stable, no? Something happens, it's like, bing, nothing, yeah, okay? This is the kind of mind we need, yeah, okay? The power of Vajrapani allows us to have a positive influence on others, yeah, without manipulating them. So this is exactly like Rinpoche. So positive, we couldn't help ourselves but be better now in his presence, yeah. So now what we need to do is do his practices and incorporate his blessing, his energy, by doing the practice, yeah. So then we become, let's say, more like him, yeah. Like, you know, we grow, we evolve, you know, and those inner qualities develop within us, yeah. Then Vajrapani's symbol is a Vajra, okay. This is a metal Vajra, okay. And this is the symbol of Vajrapani, yeah? And it represents stability, which he holds in his right hand over his heart, like this, okay? Yeah. Like in our self-healing, no? It's like the symbol in our heart, we visualize a Vajra, no? Yeah. So Vajrapani holds either a 5-pointed Vajra like this or a 9-pointed Vajra, like so. There's some extra spokes, yeah. Like let's call them more ruffle one, yeah. The 5-pointed Vajra represents the wisdom of the 5 supreme healers, yeah, and the 5 elements actually. So this is the 5 fathers and the 5 mothers. And you see in the center that we call this like the egg or something, yeah. This is like, as Mr. Yan used to call it, the 0 point, emptiness, yeah. And from emptiness arises the 5 fathers and the 5 mother Buddhas, okay, yeah. Yeah. So this is also like, you know, so there is everything, yeah. If we have 5 supreme healers, 5 great element mothers, we are awakened, we are a Buddha, yeah? Yeah? Like our self-healing and our making peace of the environment practice. And everything is empty of inherent existence, but everything is connected, no? Yeah? So, Vajra, very important, yeah? Vajrapani is holding a Vajra, yeah? And Vajrapani means the one that holds the Vajra, yeah? Okay? Then, Rinpoche says, the energy of Vajrapani helps us to realize our full human potential by developing a stable base for a healthy body and mind, and gradually healing our ego and destroying the delusions that stop us from achieving awakening. Keeping the energy of Vajrapani after receiving the initiation is like having a valid insurance with which we can confront death and attain a rebirth that allows us to continue on the spiritual path. Yeah. Okay. So then Rinpoche starts to talk about what we should do during the Vajrapani self-healing practice. So this we will talk about after we've done the Jainang, okay? Yeah. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little break, yeah, because actually, you know, our NgalSo tradition is so incredibly rich. It's like having an all-you-can-eat buffet of like delicious spiritual practices, yeah. But you can, it's like no matter how much you had, there's always more to be had. It's incredible, so rich, so powerful, so profound, okay? So actually this weekend is not at all enough to do justice to Buddha Vajrapani. So much to say, so beautiful, yeah? But anyway, we have, of course, limitation on the time. Now we're taking short time, okay? Maybe another time we do on a longer way, more detailed way, no? But anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little break, yeah, for 20 minutes, yeah? So now it's, what is it? It's 10 to 5, yeah? So at 20 past 5, I will switch on the streaming again, yeah? So please come back, yeah? So okay, have a break, have a drink, whatever. And then at 20 past 5, we will, European time, yeah? We will start with the actual Jainang, the permission to practice Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, yeah? So please come. Why we need to be together is we're going to call the Buddhas to bless our minds, to meditate together, yeah? Which is, Rinpoche said like this, that we can do like meditations through streaming as long as we do it at the same time. Why? Because holy Buddha mind can be everywhere, no? Can't it? Yeah? Same time in all the world. Rinpoche can be there, Buddha, Bodhisattva, protectors, all can be there. But when we call them, if for example, if you then watch, I don't know, 1 month later on YouTube, it's a recording, yeah? Not there, yeah? Because they're busy helping somewhere else, yeah. But today we humbly request them to come, Rinpoche La and all the Buddhas, and to help us receive the NgalSo lineage practice of Vajrapani, Hayagriva, Garuda, yeah. Okay, so let's make a little dedication. So then we come back at yes, 20 past 5, okay, and then we will do the Jaina, okay. All right, so let's make a little dedication and see you in half an hour, okay. Om Bishwa Shanti Hum. 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 Ni modele sendele. Ni me koyandele shin. Ni sentatu dele pel. Concha sungi jingi, concha sungi nutrusu, concha sungi tashisho. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve our realizations and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. Thank you all very much. See you in half an hour, okay? Thank you very much, yeah?